So what happens when you leave a company? What's the actual process like? Some of you guys might be on your first job out of school and you might not have actually gone through this experience yet, but someone posted their personal journey exiting Amazon on their own voluntarily, and they've kind of shared their experience, and it resonated with me. It's something that I've gone through myself, but I wanted to kind of give you guys my thoughts on it, and yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the post. So the title of this post says, Leaving Amazon. He says, I wanted to share my experience leaving Amazon in case anyone is going through it, as I thought it might help. Things that I've learned. 1, you can just send your notice to your manager via email and they should be able to take it from there. 2, you have to give 2 weeks notice at least per the contract. Good to know. 3, you can request relocation payback balance calculation via ticket so you know how much you owe if leaving before 2 years. Your manager is not made aware of that. Balance is prorated on a daily basis. Basically, if you're moving from one place to the next and negotiated a relocation package where they're basically paying for your moving costs and your transportation costs, there might be something in the contract that requires you to give some of that back if you leave under 2 years, which kind of makes sense. I think most companies probably have a similar policy. 4, health insurance expires the last day of the month you quit. Yep, that is true, I think, for most companies. 5, you have to update your personal email and create a personal account with ADP, ADP being the payroll software, so you can easily access your W-2 and pay stubs moving forward. Yeah, of course. I mean, you want to be able to do that, access it and get your W-2s if they somehow not send it to your house or if you need to do it for your taxes. So that makes sense as well. Amazon will owe any remaining vacation balance, but usually will not pay back any PTO balance you have. Okay, so this one's a little bit confusing. The difference between vacation balance versus PTO balance. I think these are the same things. There might be confusion here, but usually the policy is that if you're leaving a company and you've accrued a certain amount of vacation, and you're not like a Netflix where there's like unlimited vacation, you will get that back. So yeah, this one I'm not too sure about. My understanding is that Amazon and any other company will need to pay back what you've accrued. 6, you get a return kit within 15 days and your address on file to send back your frugal equipment. Yep. Amazon is definitely not going to allow you to keep your stuff no matter how cheap it is. So that is what it is. So I definitely agree with this one. The process is very disorganized, as everything else is in this company. So make sure you BCC your personal email in all communications in order to protect yourself. Okay, so yeah, I mean, Amazon is a huge company, so I'm sure they have processes in place to make sure that they cover their bases, but I can totally buy into the fact that things might slip through the cracks, and so you want to make sure that you have a documented record and make sure that you can access all of this after you leave. In terms of what the process was for me, it was very weird, and definitely this was the worst company I've ever worked for. Wow. There was simply no send away gathering or anything the team I was working on did to make me feel like I was leaving on good terms on my last day, even though I was told I was. Some folks did reach out to say bye on the side, but overall it was very unpleasant. The whole thing. I was recently rated as Raise the Bar and slated for promo. I was informed I needed to go through the checklist I mentioned at the top of my post on my last day of work only. My last day was like a normal day in Amazon. Nobody said anything at all, and I just disconnected on my usual time to never reconnect again. Pathetic. Hashtag world best employer. Oof. All right. So that is the post. Yikes. That's tough, man. First of all, I want to say to the OP, really good job just kind of sharing your insights and explaining what it's like to go through the exit process at Amazon. I thought this was very detailed, and I thought you covered a lot of different things. I've exited companies multiple times before, and it is pretty similar to what you've described, but Amazon, I know that they've got their own unique culture. I've also personally seen in the last year that I've been here, people who've left the company, and they would oftentimes leave with literally 1 or 2 days notice, or on the same day that they're leaving. So it doesn't really give you a lot of time to ask them questions, ask to grab coffee or lunch, or even do like a knowledge transfer session. It's very abrupt. It was very surprising when I first saw it happen to a couple of the people that I worked with. And it even happens at the leadership level where their manager will make the announcement, and it's very short, it's very succinct. It's like, hey, so-and-so has decided to move on. We thank them for their service. And it's literally like 1 or 2 sentences. And then they'll talk about who's replacing them or who's backfilling them. So it's very cold. It's very direct. It's very concise, and it's not very warm at all. It's not a warm, fuzzy feeling where they're like, yeah, we really appreciate so-and-so for being here. They've been here for 5 years, and this is what they've done. Please connect with them. Please stop by and say hello. Amazon is almost run like a military. It feels It feels like we're just here to do business. We're just here to work, and it's a business transaction. That's exactly what it feels like to me. And so I know at some point, if and when I do leave the company, well, I should say when, because I don't think I'll finish my career here. It's good to know what to expect. And for those of you guys out there who are at Amazon here or working for any other company, would love to kind of hear what your experience has been like or what you're expecting. I know that when I left my time at Apple, they did a big farewell celebration. We had a happy hour. We took photos as a team together. It's very different. And a couple of the companies that I've worked at have also been very warm. And there was a lot of happy moments, a lot of celebration of the things that we achieved together. People exchanged numbers, Facebooks, LinkedIn's, and whatnot to stay in touch. But I'm honestly not expecting too much at Amazon. And it sounds like based on the OP's reaction, a lot of people here are not experiencing the same thing either. Now, of course, this could be just one team. It could be just one use case where maybe their team just is too small, or they just haven't had the time to really build that connection with one another because of the pandemic and whatnot. But I would probably err on the side of that Amazon's culture it's not really the warm, fuzzy type. And I think most people here are probably here just to work, make a living, have an impact in some way or fashion. And that's their culture. That's what they do. Is it this way for every team? Is it this way for every individual? Probably not. I'm sure for the VPs and above, especially if there's someone who's been valued by leadership, I'm sure they'll have some sort of a formal, farewell party or something like that. But for a lot of the ICs, individual contributors, or the junior employees, it's just a machine, right? When one person leaves, they're just going to replace them with the next batch of candidates, because there's always going to be people who want to work for this company. Anyways, guys, not a big surprise. Let me know what you guys think. Are you surprised by the exit process at Amazon or this OP's experience? Have you gone something similar to this? What's it like at your company or the company that you've been at previously? Would love to hear your guys' stories. Drop them in the comments down below. Like this video, share it if you want, and have a great day. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.